Conversation number 1. Hi Carol. I was talking to Bob earlier and he suggested we plan a day trip to Fundy National Park for some fresh air. Would you like to join us?
Sure, Jim. That sounds like fun. There are a lot of activities to choose from there. We could go for a hike to Tracy Lake, go for a walk on the Alma Beach, or bicycle on the new bike trail.
Bob mentioned that we might want to go for a swim in the saltwater swimming pool or at Bennett Lake.
Yes, and we can rent canoes up at Bennett Lake as well.
There's also lawn bowling in the park.
There's too much to do in a day. We are going to have to choose.
I know Bob mentioned the Albert County Museum as one possibility on the way to the park. I'll be speaking to him later and see which activities he prefers.
Great, and ask him if he'd like to have a picnic for lunch. I don't mind preparing one.
Will do. Talk to you later. End of conversation 1. Conversation 2. Hi Carol, I spoke with Bob. He'd like to do the hike to Tracy Lake once we get there. He thinks it would be a good activity to do in the morning before it gets too warm.
That sounds good. I'd like to fit in a swim in the afternoon then, perhaps at Bennett Lake.
I'd like that. That would also give me an opportunity to rent a canoe and go for a paddle.
I did notice that it will be low tide at the Alma Beach at 1 p.m.
In that case, I suggest we come back to town and have lunch at the restaurant instead of a picnic, and then go for a walk on the beach before heading to Bennett Lake.
That sounds like a pretty good plan for the day. I'll bring snacks for munching while we're at Bennett Lake in the afternoon.
Great. And if there is time, Bob would like to stop and visit the museum on our way back home.
It's a deal. How about I bring my car and I'll pick you and Bob up around 8 in the morning.
Perfect. I'll tell Bob and we'll see you then.
Bye for now.
End of conversation 2.